Right, recording.
We are off. Right.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the most on the ropes episode of the Uncensored podcast. Yeah.
Fully is.
Yeah, we're not even going to bullshit you. This was very nearly our first stumble. But you're still getting a podcast. You're still getting it on the Sunday, I think.
Hopefully, it might be late.
But you're still getting it on the ropes or not. Backs against the wall. We are still going strong, sort of. So, it's week 2 of our Halloween specials, and this week we are doing urban legends. Ooh. The gimpiness has slowly gone down.
I know, it's walking out.
So, we're going to go through some urban legends, have a laugh thinking about whether or not there's any truth in them, or we're just listening to some crackheads talking about their crackhead experiences. There is a change in setup, but we move. And yeah, let's see how this one goes. Do you want to start, or shall I?
I mean, well, first of all, can you see me properly? Like, can you see me properly moving?
I can see. There's like a 20-second delay on.
Yeah, because there's a 20-second delay on my screen as well.
Oh boy, we are on the ropes here. Do you know what? It's for context. We were unable to use my computer this week, so we're recording on Michael's laptop. That's why the connection isn't as good.
Yeah, absolute dog shit.
It's just not an ideal scenario. So, I mean, the audio's still fine. There's no like cracking up with that. So
the audio's all right. If it all goes to shite, we can just keep the audio for this week.
Exactly. I'll just have to figure something out, editing it later. This might arrive at like 11:30, but you know what? It's fine.
Still going up on Sunday, isn't it? So
exactly. So who's going first? Who's dropping the first urban legend of the day?
Oh, I think I will. Right,
go for it. Excite me. Oh, that was weird. Never mind.
So. This urban legend is about an Indian village called Kuldara, right?
Oh, okay.
So, there we go. So,
not reading off your phone there, are you?
No, not at all. That's what you're talking about.
In Michael's defence, in Michael's defence, I did also have to just fact check and go over mine about 5 minutes before. I'm defending you here. Don't start slating me.
Okay, so anyway, every structure in this village, right, dates back to the 13th century.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's lived in the village since 1825. Okay?
Right. Okay.
And according to the local law, 1,000 villagers completely abandon the homes overnight without a trace. Just one random night in the middle of the year, every single person, over 1,000 people up on the left.
What, just... okay.
Just literally just one night. Okay, and it gets even weirder, right? So, theories to why they left range from the wells being poisoned, so they all had to leave, or someone took over the village one night and basically got rid of everyone. But then also, no one's ever seen anyone from the village. No one ever spotted anyone from the village. No one ever heard anyone leave. No one, there's no witnesses. There's no one saying, oh yeah, this is what happened. There was never any proof. There was never any, literally just one day, this village was a thing, and then the day after it wasn't. That's...
People just stopped.
Yeah. And then I think it was around 2010, there was Indian paranormal, investigators went to this village, which is still a thing to this day, right? It's still, all the structures are still there in perfect condition from the day they vanished. Nothing's changed. And this Indian paranormal group went there, and they can hear, so basically every night, everything's fine throughout the day, but then every single night there's weird whispers, screams, noises, and it's completely pitch black. There's no light, because it's a little village where there's no lecky or anything.
Yeah.
And it's completely pitch black, just fucking screaming, all sorts of mad shit going on there, right? People were getting grabbed, and someone would come out with scratches all over the face and stuff. And literally, it's the most unusual thing ever, because no one's ever seen anyone from that village since then.
That's weird. That is weird. The one thing I would say, were these noises reported by the paranormal investigators?
Yeah.
Because all I'm saying is, if my job was to go around finding ghost stories, I'd be like, oh, I heard all these noises, and it's like my mate snoring next to me.
Yeah.
Like,
you probably shit
you
yourself.
just
Yeah.
would. Mm-hmm.
It's
So,
like the show Ghost Adventures, right? Have you ever seen that?
no.
Oh, what an odd show. Genuinely, what an odd show. Because what they do is, it's literally this fella who like goes to the gym 14 times a day. Just this ripped fella named Zach and his two cameramen. Swear to God, right?
Yeah.
And his two cameramen. They go to the most haunted locations in the whole of America or in the whole of the world, and they go in there through the day, get a tour of the place and that by someone who works there. And this fella will be walking around being like, I've seen a ghost there, I've heard screaming coming from that bedroom, and stuff's being thrown at me from in there. And they're like, oh, this is amazing. And then he stay there that night and just fuck all happens. And then like they'll hear like a noise or like one of them's farted and it'll be like unaudible fart noise. And I'll be like,
So basically just like a BTEC 2017 Joe Weller.
yeah, literally. But they've been doing it since like the fucking early 2000s.
Yeah.
And it's
Fucking
just,
hell.
it's one of them where you're like,
Why?
all right.
Fucking hell. Some people do, like, they'll hear you breathe and they'll be like, oh my God, I heard a ghost. You know what I mean? Like, there is like a proper.
Like, oh my
That's
God.
why BuzzFeed Unsolved is so good. Because what's his name? It's gone from my head. He's so cynical. Like, I've completely forgotten his name. But he literally.
I can't remember. Do you mean the tall
You know
one?
the Donny.
Yeah. He's just like, well, yeah,
it's
that's
me,
obviously.
your boy.
He's like, obviously, that's just not what happened, was it?
Exactly. That's why I like that, because it's not like three guys acting like total dickheads, like, oh yeah, the ghost.
Yeah, they're not like shitting themselves.
I can't believe I forgot his name. I'm gonna get slated for that, aren't I?
Oh, well.
People are gonna be like screaming at me next week, like, what do you mean? How could you forget him?
You fucking little asshole.
Fucking hell. So are there any like theories about what went on, or
literally, right? So I googled like more of it. Obviously, I'm living for Google at this current podcast, and that's the only thing that's ever been reported from it was them investigators. And every time like the tourists have went to the village out today, and nothing's ever happened. No one else has ever been there overnight, besides them who stayed there that night to see what went on.
Yeah.
And there's no evidence of anything. There's fuck all.
That's weird. The fact that no one's gone and had a look is weird.
And the fact that no one's ever seen them, and like there's rumours and theories that if you stay there that night you die. But they stayed there that night and were just covered in scratches and like bruises and everything the next morning. So obviously like the spirit's been trying to fucking off them.
You know what that means, don't you?
What?
Uncensored podcast special trip to India.
I'm alright, thanks. Do you know what though? I probably would if I had the money and I'd actually go and inspect it.
I would
myself.
100%. I don't think I'd stay overnight. I'll be gone as soon as the sun starts going down. I am out of there. Like I am. No. Don't throw that shit at me. I value my. No, I don't. But
mate, I'd be sitting in my sleeping bag like, come at me.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't staying for the night, man. I'm gone. I'm gone. As soon as I see the sunset and fuck that shit. Or if I hear something, bro, I'm sprinting. Like, no offense. Obviously, I'll have your back and stuff, but I'm gone.
Awful. That's actually a shame. Wow.
Well, no. Obviously, I'll be like, Michael, we need to go. But if you're sat there like, nah, we're calm, and there's like scratches all over me,
I'm covered in like absolute bruises and everything, like my fucking legs hanging off. I'm like, we're sound,
I don't care
Joe.
how weak I am, bro. I'm dragging you out by your ankles. I think you are getting out of there.
Abnormal activity, getting ragged out the room.
Fucking hell. Jesus. That is weird. Are there any theories on like why they up and left?
Well, there was one theory that it was bought and they all had to move that night. There was a theory that the well was poisoned, so everyone was like dying off and they all left to go to the village. And that's literally all the theories that have ever been said about it, because no one else can think of any other valid theory from the 13th century that'll make you go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
1825.
That is weird. That is proper strange. Well, honestly, there's no solving that for me. That's just strange.
Fair enough.
Well, that work. Case closed pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah.
It's only been like 5-10 minutes.
I know.
Right, well, if there's nothing else on that one, and we're closing that one quickly because there's no other theories on it, I'm going to drop you with the Bold Street time slips. That's right, we're going
I knew this
local.
was coming. You told me about this.
This one's coming. Okay, so for those of you who don't know the story, and I'll be honest, I did have to double check it. Basically, there's a guy walking up Bold Street with his wife who goes into a clothes shop. I think she goes into the old Waterstones on Bold Street, and he stays outside. The next thing he knows, he turns around, and it's no longer a Waterstones. It's a 20s hat shop. And he looks around the rest of Bold Street, and everywhere is like, it's the 20s. He's in the middle of the 20s. People in 20s clothing. I could have sworn, I'm 90% certain it's the 20s. Anyway, as far as he can tell, everything's changed. So he starts walking around, basically, like trying to work out what's happened, and why all of a sudden everyone is full 20s, get up, the shops all 20s.
Turns out there was a 20s fancy dress party, and he's just fucking shit himself.
Yeah. There's a massive gaff, and he's just walked right into it, all the way up Bold Street.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they were all going to the bar for the fucking bevy, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm in the 20s."
Well, he goes into what should have been Waterstones. It was a hat shop. Comes back out and turns around, and so all of a sudden it's a Waterstones again, and he's back in modern Liverpool. Now this would be like dismissed as just making shit up for attention,
or drug abuse,
yeah, that too. But someone else who's being chased by police up Bold Street for whatever reason ducks into an alley, and when he thinks he's lost them, he comes back out, and everywhere looks like the 20s. Like, all the shops, everything, all looks like the 20s. So he walks down Bold Street, he's sort of like proper shook up, gets to the bottom of Bold Street, turns around, and he's back in the 2000s again. Now, if it was just one person reporting it, I'd be like, that's just proper crackhead energy. However, double crackhead energy.
yeah. Nah, but
it is interesting.
Oh my god, that's a
one
hard one to
actually.
That's a hard one to like explain, though, isn't it? But I think
because
my only logical solution is that it was 20s fancy dress party. They've all went up Broad Street for a pint. He's walked out of Waterstones going, "Oh my god, I'm in the 20s, absolutely shitting bricks with his North Face coat on, thinking this isn't even around yet." Right?
Yeah.
And then he fucking turns around, and because he's so taken back by the 20s, he just makes up the fact that that's the actual name of the shop behind them.
Here's the problem.
That's the only logical answer I can think of, like, that he's that confused.
As far as I'm aware, those two stories happened a good 10 years apart. These two people are from like completely different backgrounds, completely different people, basically. They didn't know each other, no connections whatsoever, and they both reported the same thing, which is why it's weird. And there have been a couple other reports of like sort of similar stories.
When you first told me that, I looked into it, and there was one where this girl went up Bold Street, and then she was in the 60s, halfway up.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's just a bit mad, isn't it?
It's weird, isn't it? It's really weird. I don't know. That's the thing. It could just be like it's happened to one person, and so other people are reporting it for attention, which happens all the time, and it could be. But it is still a bit weird. Like, firstly, this Donny's running away from the police. He's admitted that in his story, so why would you go exactly? You
like he's that shaken that he's admitted to run away from the police. You know what I mean? He's like, I committed the crime and I ended up in the 20s.
Sounds like a shit BTEC YouTube video.
Yeah, literally.
But it is a bit mad. Gone wrong. Fuck's sake.
Guys.
It is. It's happened again. Still haven't explained that, have I?
No, you're going to have to, because you said it in the first one and it just never got said again.
It's happened like 4 times now in like different podcasts. All right, so slight detour. The reason Michael decides to say guys every time I say fuck's sake, I met Michael in the Everyman in town, in the theatre group. Pretty fucking, I can't, gimpy, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Little prepubescent Joe.
Fucking hell. And we did a show where basically we had to do like these like game show reactions that were cued by a red or green light. But we wouldn't do these reactions until the light went. Now, being a fat fucking neek, I decided when the lighting team forgot to show the green light to make the noise anyway. Of course, I was the only person to remember it, so I'm stood front and centre of the fucking ensemble, and I've just gone ding, and no one else has done it. So I look like a pleb, which I would probably have got away with if I then hadn't gone, oh, for fuck's sake, guys, and the whole room heard it.
It's always an iconic story, but I think actually it was one of them messed up the lines, which then messed up the lighting cue, which you were right about.
Well, that's why I said for fuck's sake, guys.
No, because all of us left it out because it didn't activate the cue, so we were like, right, that line's missed out, so we'll just go on to the next bit. And you still going, I'm just going to say the cue. Ding! Oh, no. Fuck's sake.
Right. In my defence, when someone gives you your cue line, no matter what's been fucked up before, if someone gives you your cue, you deliver the line. If I'm the only person who remembers or decides to deliver the line, that is not on me for looking like a tit. What is on me is then having a go at Ollies on stage very loudly. And now I can't say fuck's sake to anyone without someone saying guys. So there you go. That's going to stick with me for a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Bold Street and time travel and
urban legends. Cool.
And urban legends and all that weirdness.
No, well, speaking of urban legends, right? Everyone thinks Jack the Ripper's an urban legend, but then there's some proof to it, isn't there?
I was going to say, I don't know if I count that because there was someone who went round killing prostitutes. Like he did. There was someone who did that.
Everyone says that it was based off like a Jack the Ripper copycat.
Yeah.
So it was apparently it all originated apparently, I think when a novel was written about a serial killer who kills prostitutes, and then this fella basically I think went out and did it, and then that caused the myth of Jack the Ripper and how he was a thing. But then a lot of people suspected it that there's a lot of evidence behind it, to be fair. But then also, did you know Jack the Ripper? There's a house in Mossley Hill or Walton, I think, where
I heard about this.
Where basically Jack the Ripper lived.
They found like an old diary.
Yeah, found an old diary of his
in
the house under the floorboards when like a couple moved in.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've never heard that like it was a copy of like something in a novel. Like I just heard that someone went, as far as I knew, someone went around doing it, and then there were a couple of killings afterwards that looked like copycat killings. That one is a weird one. It's not an urban legend because it did happen and prostitutes were killed.
Yeah, obviously, but then also no one actually knows who the killer is. Imagine.
Well, there are a couple of theories that it was a woman. That it wasn't a lad, it was a woman. There are a couple of theories.
Well, actually, yeah, but the handwriting in the diary, people were like, oh yeah, that's a woman's handwriting.
Exactly. There's a lot of evidence that would suggest that Jack the Ripper was female. Motives, I'm not sure what they'd be, because I know there's a load of people they suspected at the time, but yeah, it could have been a woman.
It could have been. Reason why not. We don't know. We couldn't say.
No, exactly. That one is interesting because that one, the frustrating thing is no one will ever solve it. Like that probably is going to go unsolved now. It'd be very difficult to solve it at this point. You'd need to time travel, go to Bold Street.
Yeah. We're up Bold Street a few times, and then when you're in the train, you just go and have a check.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Jack the Ripper might have been slightly before the 20s.
I'm taking the piss, obviously.
Just a little.
But I mean, you didn't know when Nelson Mandela died, and neither did I, so.
Right, okay, yeah. I was sat there editing that, like with my head in my hands, thinking I can't release this. This is awful. I actually said the 70s with my
You were
full
like,
chest as
70s
well.
or 80s, and then me confidently like, oh no, 2009. It wasn't at all.
The worst bit is
how confidently I said it.
I said 70s with my full chest, bro. I was like, 70s, wasn't it? Like full fucking.
And then I said 2009 so confidently.
And you were like, no, it's 2009.
Actually, Joe, it was 2009. No, it wasn't.
Oh, I had a lot of fun editing that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh,
fucking hell.
Anyway, we're taking pure mad detours. Next urban legend. Ooh. It's
yeah,
called the Missing Bus Stop. This urban legend.
Okay.
And it originated in, I believe it was the 19th century. There was a random bus stop in Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
And every time there was a storm, someone at that bus stop would go missing. And this happened for around 40 years. And not one single person's ever been seen.
That's weird.
Well, listen to this. The day it started, right? It was these two fellas were going to rob the bus. They were waiting at the bus stop to rob the bus, right? To hold up the bus. And what happened was, one of them, they both get on the bus to try and like fucking hold it up. And then, like, the bus driver obviously defends himself, starts fucking fighting with everyone on the bus, pushes them off. And he knocked two of them out and pushed the other fella off. And then as they're all off the bus, he shuts the door and drives away. And then they were never seen again. And then since that day on, for 40 years, people have just disappeared in Beijing. Just from this one bus stop.
That's fucking hell. Are we leaving that in?
Yeah, just leave it in. I know.
Brilliant.
You got that scared of this urban legend that you dropped your phone?
I didn't get scared. I was just confused, and I brought my arm down like this and punched my phone.
Yeah, but I couldn't think of any solution behind it.
No, that one is weird. Unless, like, so the driver just. So let me get this right. They tried to nick the bus. They failed. Driver knocks two of them out and gets them off, and then drives away. And then the guys who were meant to rob the bus just disappeared.
Like that, without a trace. No trace of them after that day. After that fucking last incident.
Well, that was the last time they were seen.
Literally. And then that bus driver got put on trial and everything for like fucking murder and kidnapping and everything.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's my first thought.
And then
was
he got the CCTV from the bus. He got all the CCTV from the bus cameras and everything. Showed him in court and was like, I did not go back to that there at all from that day. And there's cameras on the bus stop and everything. Like,
did the cameras show like what happened to the guys then? Because if they've got cameras, then
no. The second they went off the bus, all the cameras cut out, and the only camera rolling was the bus driver's camera where he was just driving away, and it shows the rest of that fella's day. He did not go back to that bus stop once, and he never went back to that bus stop again. And then the second they fell off the bus, the camera cuts out on the bus stop. And the camera's never worked since.
But why?
I know. I can't wrap my head around this one.
Logical thinking is that someone's kidnapped them, right? Once they've been knocked off the bus, someone behind the bus stop somewhere has kidnapped them afterwards. Firstly, why? Secondly, let's say they've sabotaged the cameras. Let's say that's what's happened. No,
but then it happened for like 30 years on after that day. Random people getting kidnapped at that bus stop with never to be seen again. Random people just disappearing off from that bus stop. So it would not have been one person kidnapping them, because that was just far too much effort and far too much work for one person.
Oh, that's messing with my head. That is messing with my brain.
Unless it's just like a serial killer that lives in the woods and just buries them once he's killed them.
Cannibals?
I didn't think of that, actually. That's actually a good shout.
But then why only when there's a storm? Unless it's just for cover.
Maybe,
But then
yeah.
why would the cameras go out? Unless they've... Would a cannibal tribe be smart enough to knock out the cameras simultaneously?
No, but then also I feel like the storm could have done that, and then they've took
That's
the
true.
chance knowing that the camera was fucked and it's just never been fixed.
That's true too. That's all I can think, is that if they never found these people, if they just disappeared forever,
Exactly, yeah.
my brain is thinking a tribe or something.
No, but then since then, so many search parties have gone out for all these people. You know
Not
what I mean?
found anything.
And they never even found anything from it. Literally zilch, fuck all.
That is weird. My brain is honestly the number one thing I'm thinking is there's a small tribe or whatever somewhere that for whatever reason have taken these people and are very, very good at disposing of the bodies, or cannibals. I don't know.
A very fucking highly skilled team of assassins or just come and nick them every fucking once in a while.
200 IQ cannibal tribe.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus. That's all I can think. That's what I'm going to go with.
You know what, right? Proper random, while we're on the topic of cannibals, right? I read a theory, right? That cannibals are so smart because they adapt their own brain by eating other people's brains.
I get what you mean, but it sounds like you're suggesting, like, you know, that thing where, like, that special kid in the class goes, if I eat a book, will I get smarter? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, true. True.
That one kid who's like, fucking Naruto run across the... Sorry, that's too mean. The irony is that I was about this close to being that kid, so you were as well, weren't you? We were both 100% this close to being that kid.
Don't know what you're on about.
Look at him hiding his face.
No, I need to charge my laptop now because it's like about to die. So
no. You know, it's a good angle for you, that.
Thanks. Shows off all my chins.
I'll be honest with you, it was just your eye.
What was it?
Yeah.
Go on, what's your next one?
Next one for me is the mysterious road in Dartmoor. We're going a bit more modern, well, about the same time period. The next one for me is the mysterious disappearance of Michael.
Back.
Oh my god! Right, that was the craziest.
Wasn't a neighbour legend. It was just me plugging in my laptop. Ooh, spooky that.
Anyway, so there's this road in Dartmoor, right? In I think it's. I'm not going to say where in the UK it is before I have another Nelson Mandela moment. I believe Devon. If it is Devon, we'll put a round of applause in here. If it's not, I'll find something to make it look stupid. But I believe Dartmoor's in Devon. Moving on quickly. So this road has had a series of fatal car crashes, like, for a good 20, 30 years, right? And no real explanation. These cars have just all of a sudden gone flying off the road, crashed and killed people. Now, there was this one where the guy driving the car survived, and when they found him, he was in like a proper state of like traumatized shock, which you'd think would just be from crashing his car.
Yeah.
But when they asked him for an account of what happened, he said all of a sudden everything got really cold, and these two really cold, like hairy hands grabbed onto his and made him drive off the road.
Ugh.
Now, this would be like just a one-off, again, crackhead story to make up, right? But a couple who went camping not far from the road also said that when they were in their tent, they saw two massive hands on the side of the tent and everything got really cold. And they drove it away.
You don't like this at all?
No, neither do I. I believe, if I remember correctly, and this is where I do start to think it's a bit of bullshit. They were Christians and they drove it away because the woman had a cross necklace, I think. And that's where I stopped believing it, because that sounds like bullshit to me. That sounds like some Christian.
Ding, 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 ding. That's my bullshit bell. Ding, 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 ding.
That's
ding,
my
ding, ding,
Will
ding,
Smith achoo, I'm allergic to bullshit moment. That's my someone's chatting wham here. However,
definitely.
There have been a couple of other accounts of car crashes where people have survived and they've said that's what happened. Now, whether they've just heard the story and gone along with it because they want press and attention, again, is possible.
No, if you want press and attention, you make up your own, wouldn't you?
Exactly. Or say that you drove them away with a cross or some shit.
Yeah.
That's
fucking hell. That's a good one, that love. Go on, Sheila. You can use that one in your fucking nice religious church. Go and tell that one to all your mates in the fucking chapel.
In your nice religious church, as opposed to non-religious churches.
Exactly, yeah. A non-religious church is where everyone just goes and gets pissed and does drugs.
So
which is basically called the pub.
Who goes church on Sunday morning? Me, I go the Raz. Right, anyway.
Yeah. I go to Wetherspoons in Queen Square.
I go Sweeney's.
Fucking hell.
I do the karaoke on Sunday morning in Sweeney's. Right. Anyway. Fucking Yates's is the fucking Vatican of pubs.
Genuinely awful, like that. Where's your church? O'Neill's pub on Hanover Street. We all sit there praying to fucking John Lennon and all the Beatles songs. Because he's got fuck all else to do. Yeah. And then the church takes us on day trips to Matthew Street, where we go to the cavern and listen to people sing more Beatles songs, and we all sing along and fucking in perfect harmony, holding hands.
I'm gone.
Genuinely though, Beatles fans are like an absolute cult, aren't they?
That really got to me. I don't
Fans
know why
that laugh that much.
I found that really, really funny. Pilgrimage to Matthew Street.
They're all marching past Brown Ark, like in a big huddle with like guitars and that, just playing Beatles songs.
Baptized with a holy pint of Stella. That really got me, that.
Unite them while singing Golden Slumber. Like.
Wow. Okay. Back to the podcast.
Definitely keeping that in.
Oh, that's 100% staying in.
Why did you make you laugh that much? I didn't even find that funny and I made the joke.
I don't know. That really got to me. Just these image of all these pissheads holding their pints up to the sky on a march to Matthew Street. Just really gets to me. Anyway, urban legends, where were we? I actually forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah. Wait, and then another night in O'Neill's, Yoko Ono gets drunk and strips on the bar. You know what I mean?
With the way they sing in the Spoons, Yoko Ono would fit right in.
Yeah, hello.
Oh, that was really mean. I'm sorry, Yoko. I'm not sorry. You'll never see this anyway, but I'm sorry.
Watch this.
I don't know. Oh, fucking hell. I'm dead. How long have we been going for, by the way?
I don't know. It doesn't say, does it?
Oh, no, it doesn't. Ah, bastard. What time's it now? Because I can't see.
Your time is 4:15.
Oh. Okay, might have been going for quite a while then.
Well, no, I feel like we've been going for about 40 odd minutes, I think. I feel anyway.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's weird though, because it feels like it's flown by this one.
I know.
No. I don't know what we do from here. Just do a couple more and then
Yeah.
wrap it up.
Well, no,
I meant to say, actually, before you do, I've got an idea for like a podcast kind of thing. If we get some people involved as an extra Halloween special, get a few guests involved. Have you seen you've seen Among Us? We were talking about this the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
Have like a massive, sort of Halloween special where we do like a 20-30 minute video, get some people on who play it and play that for a bit. As like an extra on Halloween. So we do the movie reviews for a normal podcast and do that as an extra.
That sounds like a good shout, to be fair, but never go on my PlayStation.
It's not on the PlayStation. You get it either on your phone or on PC or laptop. So yeah.
Didn't know that.
No, I know. Well, that's what I mean. Like, we could get like between 7 and 10 of us if we can get a few guests in, which we can. Just pick some people who we're mates with who play it and ask them if they want to come on. Do a big Discord or Zoom call because it is proper funny. It's a really funny game when you do it with your mates. It's a laugh.
Fair enough then. Well, I think
you have to play it and then I reckon we could do that potentially.
Hopefully, sounds like a good plan. I'm shit at it because I've never played it, so we'll see. I'll probably die in the first 5 minutes of every game.
If you're the killer, you would make me laugh because you definitely like kill someone right in front of me.
Yeah. Well, I'd just kill you and be like, "Shut up, Joe."
No, you would. Listen. If you're killer, then I'm gone.
Yeah. I'd be like, "Joe, follow me. Watch this, dead."
But yeah, I'll teach you how to play it at some point, and then get a few people who play it involved.
Then.
Do that as a podcast extra special on Halloween, so you can look forward to that too. Seeing as Halloween this year is basically cancelled.
Yeah. Now, well, while we're on topic of killing, my next theory or my next urban legend is about.
Look at that segue. That was smooth. That was a very smooth segue. I've ever done. Carry on.
I don't know where it is in the UK because I'm not even going to say either because I think we've got past that point of like not trying to admit defeat.
Have a guess. I guess Devon, and I could be very wrong. So
I was going to say Yorkshire, but then also that's I feel like the Yorkshire Ripper, like
Yeah.
But anyway, it was basically it's called the Bunny Man.
Okay.
And there was in the 90s, in a bridge in the UK, there was 2 people hanging from the bridge with bunny heads on. Right.
That went from funny to really fucking dark in 10 seconds flat. Fuck
and
me.
People have spotted this literally just a man, basically a bunny with legs, because it's that real that people have seen it, that it seems likely that it's an actual mutant creature, but it's literally just a serial killer with a fucking bunny head on. Let's be honest. And
I was gonna say
there's been so many sightings of where like you'd be just going for a walk and he'd just fucking run past you in the woods and you'd be like, "Oh, fuck off, mate." Imagine that though, you'd literally shipwrecked. Nah, but then
there's a big bunny Donny, he's just like, "Hello."
Yeah. He's like, "Morning." Yeah.
Just off some Matthew Street.
Yeah. Like that. Walks past with a bunny head on a pint, like, "We're all on our way to Matthew Street. Jeff's over there, he's got a guitar, he's singing fucking
just been Yatesies for the morning sermon."
Oh, fucking hell.
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
So anyway, this theory is that like every time someone's died, they've always had either a rabbit's foot in the pocket or a bunny head on.
That's weird.
Yeah. And it's like
it's obviously
it's like this sort of mark, and he'll engrave the initials BM onto everyone he's killed.
Nah, that's grim. When was this?
This was like fucking the 90s, I think, and it's you know, it's an urban legend. Everyone still talks about it now, being like, "Oh, he'll come and kill you." You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
yeah.
It's one of them urban legends where it's like remember that on Snapchat where it'd be like, if you don't like this post, someone will come and kill you in the middle of the
Mm-hmm.
night. That's what it's like.
It's that kind of thing, but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was pre-social media and it actually
Mm,
happened.
mm. So I think it was just this fella killed a few people. Then
It's just a
it
sicko, isn't it?
stopped. Yeah, then it stopped, and then the stories picked up on social media, become a thing, and then
Yeah.
it took off from there with people making just shite about it.
Does it say how many people actually like died and like when it actually happened?
Hang on, I'll have a look into it now. Use my phone again.
Yeah. That's all right. You're excused.
No, because
I've run out.
the thing is, all right, it just wrecks me head.
It's a weird thing to do, but anyway, any all serial killers have got to have some sort of twisted way of thinking. So
Yeah, it's called the Bunnyman Bridge.
oh, I might have heard about this.
Yeah. Originated was not in the UK. It was Fairfax County, Virginia. Well off, but anyway, it was 1970.
Yeah. Sorry,
1970.
not like an excited kid then. No, I know this.
Wearing a rabbit costume who attacked people with an axe and hatchet.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, look. Hang on. So it's literally just, if you can see that, just them tunnels.
Yeah.
Lives in them tunnels and will just kill you.
And this was like what, 70s?
In Washington DC in 1970.
Oh, that's grim. That's grim. Because that is just some sick bastard who's like, what can my
Oh
trademark
yeah.
be? That's horrible, man.
God.
The sad thing is, as well, is that now that'll just become like an urban myth, but people did actually die from it. Like it's not like that's the sad thing about it.
I know. And it said, and then every single year on Halloween, people always dress up as the Bunny Man and just sit in that tunnel.
Oh, that's sick. That's so. Why would you fucking? See, this is the thing. If it was just like a myth and no one had ever died off of it, fine.
I think there was a few people
that
that died of it, yeah, that died from him, and he'd just sit in the tunnel and just murder you with a hatchet or an axe or a knife.
And now there's people taking the piss out of it on Halloween.
It said, I read it then, it said a lot of the victims' bodies were scattered all around Washington.
That's what knocks me sick. This is an actual sick bastard who's done that. And there's people just dressing up for Halloween, like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah, and people just sit in that tunnel and scare the shit out of people on Halloween.
Why would you? Oh, I don't get some people, you know. I honestly don't get some people.
So what's funny is though, imagine, right, if a group of people all dressed as the Bunny Man roll up and there's one fella already there dressed as a bunny and they go, he's here already, and then they all get killed.
Okay, I don't know if funny is the right word for that scenario. I'm not going to lie to you, Michael. Ironic, maybe.
Yeah, very fucking ironic. Imagine that though, one of them's already the Bunny Man in real life and he's just dressed up waiting there like normal, like he usually does 24/7, 365 days of the year, like, you're going to get murdered today, wait. And then once they've all rocked up dressed as him, he's like, do you know what, I've literally got the best cover here to kill loads of people. In it though, he has got the slickest alibi ever.
Well, I mean, if they didn't catch him in the 70s, I doubt they're going to catch him now. I'm not going to lie.
I know.
True. Fucking hell.
Mad, don't they?
We'll assume for the safety of Washington that this Donny is now dead.
Yeah.
Hope, not hope. Yeah, no, yeah, hope.
Yeah. Hope he's dead. Fucking prick.
See, when you put it like that, it's do you know what? This guy was a sick fucking serial killer. Now I do hope that for whatever reason he's not around to carry that on anymore. I just don't get the taking the piss out of it. Like, firstly, you're tempting fate. You are actually tempting fate.
Very.
To show up there dressed up as him with your mates and think it'd be funny to scare someone, you are asking for it. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And secondly,
you know they're gonna scare the wrong person and someone's gonna die in that tunnel.
100%. It's stupid and insensitive. Mostly stupid.
As fuck.
Fucking hell, man. That's blowing my brain. Right, so what time are we on? We can gauge how long it's been by how long it's been since the last time we checked.
24 minutes past now.
24. I'm trying to work out if this has been like a full 40 minutes. We are shortening this week's one, by the way. So about 40 minutes.
Well, Wednesday, send that email.
Oh, he's got a big brain, him. He's got a big brain.
Fucking big brain, big
fucking brain. We'll have to knock off like about 5-10 minutes because there was a bit at the start where we were setting everything up as well before we start recording.
Hang on, I sent it to you at 34 minutes past 3. So 24 minutes past 4. And you joined about a few minutes after. So
yeah, so if you sent that 34, let's say we started at 1:45. Because there was about 10 minutes between you sending that email and actually starting recording. 1:45, and it's now coming up to past. Have you got any more?
Do I have any more? I don't know, because I'm not the biggest fan with urban legends. I much prefer, like, obviously, like, true crime and actual stories that happened. Because I've heard loads of shit throughout the years where, like, there's a castle in Scotland where my dad would always take us when we were kids. My dad would always tell me stories, and he'd be like, oh, yeah, there was apparently a lad when I was growing up who got himself stuck up there and, died of starvation and that. And I'm like, and he was like, yeah, it's like, see that gap there, that goes all the way up to the top and you can crawl up there. He went, I used to do it as a kid. He said, and one day some kid got stuck up there. He said, and he was never seen again. He died of starvation and just stuck in that little tunnel.
Honestly, we should have got your dad on for this.
I know.
Big Eddie to tell his childhood stories.
Oh my God, we actually need to one day. He has got some hilarious stories of him growing up.
That will make quite a funny podcast, I'm not going to lie to you. I think that'll be class.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Fucking hell. We have to make... There's another idea then. There you go. Next week, did we say we're doing the murder mysteries one?
The unsolved crimes, yeah.
That's right. Unsolved crimes. We're going to look at a couple of
unsolved crimes, unsolved mysteries. We have a little look at them, see if we can solve them and take the piss out of them.
Depending on the severity of the crime, we'll try and solve them.
Depending on how serious the issue is. I'm not taking a piss out of like a fucking
mass murder.
Yeah, obviously not. Fucking hell.
And then we are going to bring forward the actual Halloween episode to the Saturday instead of the Sunday. We're going to review some horror movies. We're going to put ourselves through some horror movies. We're pussies, so that we're going through a lot for that last.
So what
episode.
I was thinking we could do is we can watch 3 movies each, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we could give our reviews on the movies, and then we can go online and read other people's reviews of what they thought, and we can just have a laugh about it. And...
talk about movies and stuff. Do you know what we could do that might be a good idea? Is while we watch these films, set up a camera to film our reactions and then put highlights in of our reactions while we're doing our reviews.
You might have to.
I think that would be a good idea because, let's be honest, that is going to be funny.
It'll just be me like this the whole time going...
It's me sat there like, fucking help me, please.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, fucking hell. We will have to do that, I think. That would be quite funny. Well, there you go then. That's the plan for the next couple of weeks. I'd imagine we've managed to drag this episode out now to an acceptable length.
Yeah. We've only told like 4 of them. They're not even fucking long. We've just been like...
it's a short and sweet one this week.
Pilgrimages to Matthew Street and fucking a bunny man serial killer. Like...
The baptism of Yeatsies, I can't get past that. Oh, I'm going to be thinking about that and laughing for the rest of the day now. I'm fucking hell. Let us know if it's better doing the podcast a bit shorter. Because I know the last couple of weeks have been like an hour long. And that's all for anyone to sit through. There's only so much crack and energy you can take before before.
No, well,
I don't know.
I was going to say, I was thinking of something, but I'll tell you once this is finished recording.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go then.
Yeah.
We'll leave that in, and we'll leave you lot on a cliffhanger. So thanks for watching our ropiest episode yet. But
oh yeah, very, very ropey.
We will be
Some
back
of the most
stronger at the
awful
weekend.
quality and disgusting audio yet to date, but we move.
We do. It'll be better next week. We'll be back to normal next week. We'll be recording it earlier next week, so it will be all ready to go by the Sunday, and it will be a lot better quality. I hope you've enjoyed. We will see you next time.
Next week,
as Michael likes to put it,
Shalom.
shalom.